Hello, everyone.
Merab, the front right here. First of all, congratulations on another successful defense. I guess, the first fight, you thought you won fairly easily. Sean and a bunch of other people made excuses. It was the hip, it was the lighting, it was all this, and then you went and submitted Sean O'Malley. So I guess, how happy are you with the performance and just overall, how was the fight?
I'm really happy. It was today special day because we was fighting here close to New York, New Jersey. I start professional career here. I start my first steps in United States here. It was so hard, like many years ago. But today I was fighting for the belt. Mr. President Donald Trump was here. Dana White, Hunter Campbell, and all my Georgian people was here. All the immigrants and all my friends from New York, from New Jersey, the teammates, and it doesn't get any better than this. I'm so happy and grateful.
Well, you may have finished him with a submission, but even in those first few rounds, you were finding some success on the feet as well. You were landing a lot of power shots in there. So I guess what was the game plan, if there was anything in there? Was it to kind of rush at him and tire him out and submit him, or was it to try to showcase your striking in there too?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm just getting better everywhere. I'm not only focused for one thing. And then I was just keep doing my thing in training. During the training camp, the game plans change. Sometimes I'm doing like body shots good. I'm going to punch his body shots. Sometimes I look good in striking. I'm going to keep striking. Sometimes at this camp, I was not thinking to like wrestling much. I was ready for maybe like how he was talking and making excuses. I'm like, okay, maybe this guy really wasn't his night. Maybe he's something special, and maybe he's gonna stop my wrestling takedowns, and then I have to go strike. And I was ready. That's why I was giving him again too much respect this time. Him too, Anyway, first time, like I said, this one, I was fighting first time for the belt, and I wanted to win this, and I was winning. I know I was winning, and I don't risk it too much. I want to just grab it one time. I just want to win one time, and win, and then I can now, I risk it today. Not risk, but I play more open today, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to win the first time, especially against dangerous opponent like Sean O'Malley is. And, okay, I will tell you, so the game plan was to fight. Wherever fight will go, I was ready for everywhere. But let me tell you one fact, guys. In this training camp, my friend Aljamain Sterling helped me so much, and he don't have a fight. He's getting married. He don't really like sparring much, but he was sparring with me 3 times a week, and he was 2 times better than Sean O'Malley. Striking. He wasn't not trying to shoot me, take me down. I don't know, but that proves again that not always best fighter wins. O'Malley got really lucky against Aljo, but I'm grateful for my friend Aljamain Sterling, and I tell him today I have to split my bonus and give him half. Let's go, brother. That will be my wedding gift, but I will never pay your gift, or you are the man. Thank you, bro.
In that first round, it seemed like he had some good takedown defense. He kept getting up. He kept shaking you off. Did he feel better in there or healthier in there, like he was saying?
Yes, much better. Yeah, for sure. He was much better. Maybe not only that, he knew my moves, and then he picks his mistake with me. When you fight same guy, of course you're not gonna make same mistakes, or you're not gonna let him take him down same way. It's usually different fights, and he was better than this time for sure.
And obviously, we saw the video clip online of Cory Sanhagen coming up and congratulating you and shaking your hand. So is that the guy that you want? And if so, what do you make of him as an opponent?
Yes, top of my head, he's the best deserving guy in this division right now. Especially he was fighting always the best of the best. He was company guy. and he's a very respectful guy, hard worker guy, good, super talented, super good, and I think he deserves the most. And if UFC wants, I'm happy. I want to be busy.
You said you want to be busy and you want 2 more title defenses. So I guess when do you want to fight again?
I'm just going 2 weeks vacation. 1 week in my country, Georgia. I'm not taking. I'm going with Nina Drama and some of my friends also. We're gonna see some of cool of Georgia parts and enjoy good food, traveling, and then week after I'm going to Azerbaijan. There we are next to each other, and after Azerbaijan I'm coming straight back to support Ilya Topuria, and I'm ready. Whenever UFC wants me, I will fight, no problem.
And then last one for me, what did you make of Patchy Mick's performance in there? Because a lot of people online were very confused by his game plan or lack of game plan. They thought it didn't look like the Patchy that we had seen in Bellator.
Yeah, once again, Patchy Mix is a great fighter. I was training with him, and he's the toughest sparring partner for sure. And then his jiu-jitsu and the grappling is another level. And once he takes your back, he can sit here, he can make a phone call with family, He's really good, and he has a good guillotine choke. But, some days not always best day for you. And then today, he can't show that he's really skilled, but I'm sure he will come back from this, and then he will show more good fights, and But I'm happy for him. I think he wanted to be in UFC, and he will come back from this, and he will have a big career. I believe he will have a big future for sure.
Merab, you're here. We talked about at Media Day, this is now your 13th straight win, and you're in that very exclusive club of fighters to win 13 or more. I know you said you didn't want to think about it too much before, but now that you're there, what does it mean to be in this collection of some of the greatest fighters ever?
Yeah, man, I will never think about if I come this far, especially I got controversial loss my first 2 fights in UFC, and I was hoping UFC don't cut me because I lost controversial first 2 fights. And now we came this far, but I'm grateful. It's hard to imagine for me. I'm just a regular guy coming from some small country, from village, and I just have a hope, and I just have this goal to fight UFC, and now I'm making histories. This is great, but I want to tell you guys, all the media, all the UFC employers, thank you so much, because without you guys, we are nothing. We are just fighters, but if we don't have guys like you working 24 hours, showing little things to like these things, we are nothing. And thank you so much for doing this, guys. You guys works. I recognize work and respect.
No, I don't think we work nearly as hard as it's taken you to get that belt, but appreciate it anyways. You got 5 more takedowns tonight. You're 3 away from having 100 in your UFC career. Do you think you get that in the next fight?
Okay, I will get for you.
Yeah.
No problem.
And Dana was in here before, and he was talking about your ambitious schedule, trying to get 4 title defenses this year. And he said, what will make you even more impressive is when you start beating the guys twice, and you did that with Sean tonight. Who do you think is going to be the most likely next rematch for you after Cory? Dana said he'd like to see you fight Umar again at some point. Petr Yans out there. Which one of these guys do you think is going to come around?
No problem. I am a champion now, and I just want to be busy. And whoever UFC thinks they are most deserving guy, I'm fighting next. I love fighting. I'm just grateful. Longest some bullshit fighters don't respect me, I'm happy.
Merab, staying up here. Obviously, we know Cory Sanhagen seems like he's going to be the next guy. If it's not another rematch thereafter, who's another fresh opponent that could be of interest to you that you think might be kind of the next person on the horizon, maybe after Cory? I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I was curious. You must look at the whole division. Who do you see coming up?
I mean, I was thinking Petr Yans, but he has now another challenge fight, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know top of my head. I was what I see now. Cory Sanhagen is Mario. Yeah, Mario good looks good. You know, he has a long win streak. You know, he's good. Yeah. So like I said, guys, you know, guys, as long as they deserve to fight for the belt, I'm good. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm not making decision. UFC makes decision. And I'm happy with that, you know. I'm happy because I don't have to think about, you know, whoever UFC will put in front of me, I will fight.
Now, there's no pay-per-view in September, so you know you can't necessarily have like June, September, December to try and get 4 fights in.
Right.
So you might be looking at like October and then December. Does that sound like something you're up for?
Yes, for sure. Why not? Yeah, I would like to. But now that if I cannot make 2 more fights this year because there is no September, then now November is New York. So I would love to fight New York, or December must be usually in Vegas, and I would even like Vegas, you know. So like now there is many good options. So hopefully UFC give me a new opponent, and yeah, I'm ready.
You know, you mentioned New York, obviously, and you've lived in New York. You have a home in New York still. You worked construction in New York, probably not too far from here, I would imagine.
Yes.
What would it mean for you to kind of fight in that building, that Madison Square Garden? Just do you have the same reverence for it that a lot of people do?
Yeah, for sure. Like I always wanted to fight New York, but I never fought before New York because you know, like I'm trying to make a UFC Georgia and take, you know, it's taking time. But other than if I can fight Georgia, like New York is like my home. But I'm okay. You know, if happens, this happens, but I'm not really focused. The fight in UFC, any building, any location, I'm happy and I'm good.
How was it, though, competing in front of New Jersey? I mean, you started your pro career, of course. You've had many fights here. They haven't all gone your way, but this one clearly very much did. Did you enjoy fighting in front of these fans here? They were not always on your side necessarily. Some of them were in Sean's corner, but you did have the last laugh, of course.
Yes, it was good to fight here in New Jersey, and I'm super professional. Like I tell you, like it was nice, of course, see some Georgian fans, New Jersey, New York fans, and it was cool to fight here. But you can make me fight in whatever you want to make me fight, dark room, and I will still fight. And you know, like I don't know, like you know. I fought at the spear, wherever. I enjoy it. Wherever I fight, I'm good. I'm grateful. Long as I make weight, then after I'm happy. But let me fight whatever you want to make fight.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Merab over here. Congratulations on your win. You just said you're going to go back to Georgia.
Yes.
Last time that you went back, the receivement for the people was amazing. What does it mean for you to be now the face of this sport in your country, now that you're sharing this with Ilya Topuria and also Roman Dolidze and all this, the guys that wants to follow a dream and has you as an example?
Yes, this is a big moment for me. And then now I'm sure all my country will be up already watching my fights, and they will be super happy, celebrating. All my country will be happy. And yeah, this time I'm going to go again my country, and I'm gonna announce what day I go, and then I'm sure the airport will be packed, and also wherever I will meet, some fans will be packed. This is big moment for us as a small country, Georgia, and somebody from small country fighting in US and UFC and main event and for the belt. Of course, it's big for it's really big. But one moment I wanna mention, when I was young, I wanted to be athlete because I want to represent my country outside of my country. I was living in Georgia. I speak only Georgian, and I don't really see much. I grew up like I don't even have a TV until I was 12, and I don't even really like, you know, it was no electricity in my car because we was coming from the war, 1991, and we was growing up as a new, and it doesn't even make sense to have a what's the word, really? Refrigerator, you know, because light was going and calm, maybe, so anyway, I come from nothing, but I lost my point, whatever, but, I'm just grateful. Okay, I started fighting in the sport for, I want to represent my country, and I think I'm doing okay, then I'm happy that I can make my country people, Georgian people proud, and should be good motivation for every small country or even whatever country, even, just good motivation to represent your country, and I'm happy. This is big motivation for me to represent my country, and just make them happy.
Thank you, Merab.
Mer- right over here, Merab. As we continue to watch your career unfold, there's a lot of people that are arguing for you to be at their top of the list in terms of the bantamweight GOAT. There's been a lot of people, especially after this victory. Who's on your list of top bantamweights, and what does it mean to be considered, someone that people are seeing number one right now?
Thank you so much. Yes, I will say once again, this is means a lot for me to even mention my name to that. That's you guys. That's up to you guys to say that if I'm there or not. But how I can Aljamain Sterling used to beat me, still beat me, and he has how many wins you have, Aljo, in UFC? Yeah, 20-something win in UFC, and then and he so he beat a lot of good guys, and he's the GOAT, and he has a lot of fights in UFC, a lot of win, and he's been great champion, and he still beat my ass, so he's the best. He's the big brother.
So as long as the GOAT is you or Aljo, you're happy. You're good.
I'm happy.
That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Hey, Aljo, I'm gonna drink Funk Harbor in your wedding. I'm gonna chunk. I'm gonna get drunk.
Merab,
I'm gonna be Georgian.
talk to us if you would about, over here on your right, would you talk to us about the finish? There's a little bit of confusion. Was that a choke or a neck crank that he tapped to?
I don't know name. I'm sorry. But I'm hitting this choke in the gym, usually in jiu-jitsu. And John Wood was always begging me to, in the sparring, hit more submission. And I never complained once. Because when we're sparring, we have a big puppy gloves, we have wraps inside. It's very hard to attack either armbar, leg lock, choke with the big puppy. That sometimes doesn't even make sense to, in the sparring. And then also we have a great sparring partner, like young guys, and I don't want to make them tired or something like this. And I don't even try in sparring, but in jiu-jitsu I do this. And I was doing it in training. So now I did. I don't know name. You know name, coach? North, south.
So it
Not
was
a
actually
ninja
a choke and not a neck crank that got him, yeah? Okay.
Aljo, what's the name?
Reverse ninja?
Hey, hey, let's call machine choke.
Last technical question. There was a really great sit-out trip you got where you got your leg underneath his and sucked his leg out underneath him. It was about maybe 3 minutes left in the round. Was that something you normally practice? Because we haven't seen something like that, I think, from anybody in quite some time, getting just that particular suck out on when he was up against the cage. Or do you just not remember this? I saw it, so.
Yeah,
you're
I
in
don't
the
know. I have
moment.
many tools in my pocket, and I don't really remember and whatever. But the one thing for sure, I show again. I'm much better than him. Thank you.
Merab over here. Your coach, John Wood, he lets you be yourself. He knows how to coach you through the chaos, the good, the bad. How grateful are you to have someone like him in your corner?
Yeah, I'm very grateful for John Wood. I started here training Long Island with Coach Ray Longo and Matt Serra. And first time I go in Vegas, 2020, it was COVID time, and everything was closed and comfortable, and we was back and forth. But it's so comfortable to live in Vegas, and for fighter, I think is the best. Anyway, and I started training in Syndicate, and I like the training classes, everything. But to pick the coach, I was very picky. You know, like if I'm loyal, you know, and I love my coaches Ray Longo and Metzera, and then long time. I was not working with one-on-one like with John Wood, but like, and then I like his personality, I like his style, I like everything, and then now every time I sparring, he's like it's like he's holding joystick. He's telling me do this, do this, do this, and I'm doing it. So and it works very good, and I'm grateful for John. Thank you so much, and yeah, we're showing that we're getting better and better, and yeah.
Congratulations.
Merab, back here. Could you back here? Could you tell us what exactly happened during your ring walk there? Obviously, there was a little barrier collapse, and it sounded like a load of people fell on top of you.
That's not funny because yeah. So what happened was I'm walking and people tried to touch me, and then okay, yeah, I tried to jump, touch them, and I guess they pushed the barrier, and they went jump, and then they almost kicked me in the head, and they almost knocked me out before I walk in. The barrier got broke or something because people push. And and then, okay, then security put me against the wall, and I'm like, bro, I'm a fighter, let me go, Anyway, that was, thank God, and they told me after nobody got hurt, and everything was good. Do you understand what happened? So they pushed because I tried to touch them, and then they pushed barrier, and they broke it.
What was going through your mind during all of that? It must have been not exactly ideal right before you go out for the biggest fight of your life.
I see what happened. I'm just professional, and I don't, nothing I can do that time, I cannot really help people, or I cannot really do this happened, and I have to to act again, I was fighting.
I guess the fans just love you so much, right?
Second?
I guess the fans just love you too much, right?
Oh, I'm grateful, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Merab, congratulations.
Thank you.
Who can stop the machine?
I guess myself, I don't know who can stop. This is sport. Everything is possible. Like I said, anybody pretty much, it's a fight. And then when two guys locked in a cage, one guy will lose, and who knows? I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just getting better, and I'm a fighter, and it's a sport, and everything happen.
You can tell me about Sterling, a guy who has been a multiple bantamweight champion and is still very humble.
Sterling?
Oh.
One more time?
Tell me about the invisible work that Sterling does to help you to become better and better.
Yeah. So, Aljamain Sterling, he's just humble and good teammate, always, he was already, I think, CFFC champion when I met him, and I don't even have an official pro fight, and then he was always helping and sharing his knowledge to other professional fighters, and then he was willing to help us and recognize or sharing his knowledge, and he's good. Aljo played a big impact in my career, like to look up to him, training with him, and just be his training partner, and just I'm just grateful for him.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. მადლობა ყველას. საქართველოს მიყვარხართ, მალე შევხვდებით და რა ვიცი, მოკლედ დიდება უფალს გაუმარჯვოთ ჩვენ ქვეყანას. Thank you everyone. Thank you.